Hey guys, this is Tom with MotorGo support, and today I'm going to show you how to set up the Arduino IDE to run your first MotorGo project. Specifically, we're going to cover how to download and install the Arduino software, how to set up the board on the Arduino software, which would be the MotorGo board, and then how to download and install the driver so that you will be able to flash your first sketch to the MotorGo board. Without further ado, let's jump in. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Arduino website. You've probably seen 1,000 videos on this, and they really make it nice and easy to download their software. So I'm going to go to software, and then I'm going to download the one for Apple Silicon, because that's what my computer has. And sorry Arduino, today I'm just going to download it for the sake of this demo. So while that's downloading, I'm going to minimize that and go to my downloads folder and get that. It's downloaded, so now I can just click that and drag it to my applications. That is how it works on Mac. It's very straightforward. And if you go back to your Finder, you should be able to see Arduino now in the applications, which is great. So I'm going to eject the Arduino disk image and open Arduino IDE. Awesome. So when you open Arduino for the first time, this is the screen you'll see. To proceed now, I'm going to go to the GitHub repository where all of the software that I need is located. The guys that invented the MotorGo have a GitHub called Every Flavor Robotics. And so we're going to just go to Every Flavor Robotics here. This is their page, and I'm going to go down to MotorGo Arduino. So this is the repository where they keep everything you need to get set up on Arduino to run MotorGo. So there's two things we need to do. We need to define the MotorGo boards that are going to be used in this project, and then we need to download the library that allows you to use MotorGo. So basically 2 steps, and again, because I just downloaded the latest version of Arduino, that is a 2.x version, I'm going to follow these steps here. The Arduino IDE 1.x and Platformio are just different user interfaces that do the same thing. Let's start here. I'm going to go to Tools, Board, and Boards Manager. I'm going to look for ESP32. All that is the microcontroller that's on the MotorGo. It uses an ESP32 microcontroller, so we just need to have the library for that set up before we can install the MotorGo board. And here we want it to be by Espressif Systems, not by Arduino. So I'm going to click this one and install it. All right, successfully installed. That's great. So now I'm going to go to the next step and just follow the instructions. Under the next step here, we need to go to File, Preferences, or the Settings page, and add a link to the additional board manager URL area. So first thing I'll do is I'm going to just copy this link, and then I'm going to go back to my Arduino. I'm going to go to Settings. These instructions, I believe, are written for Windows. You're not going to find settings under the File tab here. So under Arduino IDE Settings, you'll get to the same menu. And then I will paste that into additional boards manager URLs. And all this does is tells Arduino, there's a place I want you to go find a bunch of stuff, and this is the place. So I'm going to click OK here, and now that's good. So I should be able to go back to the same place where I found the ESP32. So if I click this ESP32, delete that, and type in MotorGo, look at that. Now it is ready for me to install. And successfully installed Platform MotorGo. So that's great. Now what we want to do is get our library set up. So what we've done so far is we've told Arduino, you should know how to interact with an ESP32, and you should know how to interact with the MotorGo, but we haven't given it any code with which to do that, and that's what the library is going to do for us. What I'm going to do here is reopen my Finder and go to my downloads. You can see here's a disk image. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to just move that over here, and then I'm going to click the 2 links that we need to download in order to get this set up. And all these are zip files. When you download a zip file in Safari, it automatically unzips it for you. Normally that's fine, but in this case, we actually want the zip file. So I'm going to just copy this link, and I'm going to go to Google Chrome. So copy that in. Then I'll go back to the same place, and then I'm going to click here first for the MotorGo Mini driver. So this is the driver code that will enable you to program the MotorGo Mini. And then we also need one more called ESP Wi-Fi config. And basically this is what allows the MotorGo to connect to your Wi-Fi. and make your projects really awesome. So we're going to want both of these. So now I'm going to go back to the Arduino IDE, and I'm going to go to Sketch, Include Library, Add Zip Library. Now I'm going to navigate to my downloads, and I am going to first start with the ESP Wi-Fi config, and it will install it, and then I will add zip library again and do the same thing with the MotorGo mini driver. And I think I already had those installed, but it'll just run through the install. Now what you should see is if you plug in a board, which I'm going to do, you will see under File and Examples, now the MotorGo mini driver has a series of example sketches that you can use to get your Hello World started. So if you have a MotorGo, an encoder, and a motor, you can just plug all those in and then start with Calibrate Motors, and it'll open that sketch. And basically everything you need will be here. So you should be able to verify it, at least that it works. Oh, and I don't have a board selected. Let me select the board I have, and now let me verify the code. And what it should do is compile it and tell you that it's ready to run. Okay, so now that that's compiled, you can see it threw a couple of warnings. These are not errors, and we are currently working on addressing those, but none of these affect the function of the code. It's successfully compiled and is ready to run. You can upload it to the board and be off to the races. Thanks for watching. Today we covered how to download and install Arduino, set up the MotorGo board, and install the drivers necessary to write your first program. I hope you found this helpful, and we look forward to seeing you next time.